Okay, finally, video is coming out. Hey, what is up guys? Will here, and today I'm going to be talking about something very different than what I usually do on this channel, and the reason why this isn't called a Housecats vlog is because no one cares about those. But anyway, here I am going to be talking to you about my new chair and my old one, my DX Racer. So I got a new chair. And I'll tell you what kind of chair it is when I'm done talking about my DX Racer. But I'm going to give you the story and the reasoning that I am going to tell you not to buy a DX Racer chair, no matter how many YouTubers have them. Alright, let's talk about the DX Racer. Alright, so, I have this new table. As you can probably see in the back, a table that you can see in the background of the video that I have up now of the DX Racer, and it's brown. You can see it. It has all my stuff on it. Okay, I got this table in August of last year, and when I did, I got a chair to go along with it. It was a DX Racer. Now, I had seen all of these big YouTubers talking about these chairs. Everyone talks about them. And so I wanted to get one for myself, see what it was. Okay, so let's start. I pick out my chair, and and I'll get to the reason why this is different than what you're seeing in the video. I picked out a white King Series PC gaming chair. I'll put an image if I can find one up on the screen now. I buy it. And the next day, I go on, and I haven't gotten an email confirming the ship because I ordered it in the morning. So I see that it says it's been canceled. And I said to myself, this must have just been a glitch in the system. I'll just reorder it. Or I'll make sure it's canceled and I'll reorder it. So I reorder it, and oh, that's what those are. Okay. Hold on. Quick moment. Quick backtrack. All right. I never discovered this, but hold on. Let me show you something. Okay, hold on. Hold up. I'm going to switch back to the phone audio. See that rod that's sticking out of that palm tree right there? I never knew what those were, but now I finally figured it out. See that? Up there? Where is it? There. I always thought those were seed pods. Turns out they're actually palm fronds. Wow. Alright, sorry for that quick distraction. Back to what I was saying. So, I assumed it was just a glitch in the system, so I get on the next morning, and I see that the order has been canceled again. And mind you, this whole time, it said it was in stock. So I call up DX Racer, and each time I called them, I dealt with the same person. I don't remember her name. Even if I did, I wouldn't say it. But she was a woman, and she was very, very nice. Let's just call her Susie. So Susie told me that the chair was actually out of stock and that the website was incorrect. So I said, is there any way, when's the next time these things are coming in? So she says usually it takes, I think she said like a month or something along those lines, between 2 weeks and 2 months. I don't remember, this was almost a year ago. And so she tells me none of them are in stock, and so the conversation ends. And either I called them back with a question or they called me. Something happened and I got back on the phone with them. The same person, same Susie. And she told me that there was one white PC gaming chair, king size, King Series I mean, out on their West Coast, out in their West Coast warehouse out in Oregon or California or some bullshit. And she told me that it would take a little longer, but I could ship that one out. And all I had to do was go back on the DX Racer website and just order it and I'd have it. And so I confirmed with her that I got the order when I ordered the chair. I confirmed that I got the order, and she said, yes, I did. Next day, go on the orders list. It says it's been canceled again. I call back. Now, she tells me that that it turns out they actually didn't have one of the chairs I wanted. Susie tells me this. One of the chairs I wanted in the West Coast warehouse, and they truly were out of stock. So I think this is the third time I have ordered this chair. So finally, I go back on their website, and they suddenly, and mind you, hold on, I just want to make a quick side note. DX Racer is constantly changing their items. Like, they'll have a new series that comes out, and then they'll discontinue it in like a month, and all this bullshit. They constantly change their stock. So all of a sudden, now at this point in time, when I was ordering this chair, there was another series, another category of chair called office chair, and there was only the Max series office chair. But now, all of a sudden, a new series called the Classic Series office chair, which is the one that you're seeing in video right now, came out. And it was only in one color, which is the actually quite likable baby diarrhea brown orange combo that you see. And so I ordered this one. So I order it, and it comes in like 3 days later. And this is where I finally get into my points. I know I've rambled, but I'm going to finally get into my points. So when I got it, first of all, this thing it's not the hardest thing, but it's somewhat difficult to build. I was able to do it myself. And when I did it, I made sure all the screws were tight. I made sure I had everything lined up the right way. I built everything down to a crossed T. So everything's fine. The foam is a little bit more hard than I thought it would be, but that's okay. That just means better support. So after about, I think about 6 months use, I started noticing some problems. So I had noticing that it jiggled slightly. So I reached, no. I remember this. I leaned back one day and I heard a kink, like a kink, but it was a sound of metal snapping. And what I found was, and I found it on the floor, I found a screw, and it hadn't been broken. It turns out that a screw had loosened and popped out of my chair's undercarriage, where the seat actually attaches to the hydraulic shock. And those screws, I had to finger tighten them because I didn't have any Allen wrenches, but I tell you, they came loose, and they kept coming loose all of the freaking time. And I actually took Allen wrenches to them a couple times and tightened them back up. And they constantly came loose. Those two front screws on the undercarriage kept coming loose. And not to mention, after the third time I tightened them with Allen wrenches, they were almost completely stripped because DX Racer, they claim that they use the highest quality parts and materials, but they obviously do not, and all of their metal most likely comes from China. Okay, so another part I had a problem with was the armrest. Which one is it? The left-hand armrest is the one that I had a problem with. Well, it completely came off. You'll see a video here. Look at this, okay? See this? This is one of the problems I had. Look. Fine. It's a little bit loose. But it's okay. But here's one of the main problems I have with the DX Racer. I bumped the camera there, but as you can see, this is detached. These are not meant to detach. As you can see, I can do this. You can hear it. I'm hitting it pretty hard. Also this, well, shit, almost slid off my bed. Yeah, this comes undone like all the time. All right. So that was a problem with the video, and also this is the biggest problem. The 6-month mark was when I also started noticing I would lean back and the hydraulic shock would just go down all by itself, and that thing leaks bad. It will go down by itself. And also, by the way, for those of you who will just say, but you're a fat piece of shit, I'm well within the weight limit. And also, another thing I'd like to say is, it's not a very comfortable chair. That hard foam, it's not supportive. It's not a supportive chair, because the foam is completely flat on the bottom. It's not supportive, and it ain't comfortable. I can tell you that. So enough of ripping on the DX Racer. Now I want to talk about my new chair. It's not the one that I just put up on the screen. No, that's my spare chair that I have in the background. I have a new chair, and this is the type of chair that I should have ordered from the very beginning. It's a Lazy Boy. It's not like a recliner, but it's a Lazy Boy office chair, and it is the Delano model. It is the Lazy Boy Delano. Delano. And I bought it off of Wayfair.com. And here's where it diverges. The DX Racer was, I'm not trying to brag about price, but I'm just giving you perspective. The DX Racer was $400. It wasn't worth $400. This chair was $480, but it was marked down to $360. We actually bought 2 of them. My dad has the same chair that I do now. And they were marked down to $360. I'm just giving you this for perspective, so you know. And this chair that I'm sitting in now, which is my Lazy Boy, is worth the money. As far as it goes. I've only had it for a couple weeks, but that DX Racer is not worth the money. So what do I like about this chair? First off, the comfort. It feels like you're sitting in a 70s Lincoln Continental. It's amazing. It's so much more softer. The leather, I'm almost certain it's real, where the leather on that is also the stuff on the DX Racer is just really, really cheap pleather or Naugahyde. This is, it feels like real leather. If it's not, it's the best Naugahyde on the market. Which, for those of you who don't know, that's fake leather. The design, it looks amazing. Like, doesn't this chair just look great? It's amazing. I kind of wish it was just I kind of wish it was black or maybe a little bit darker, but I still really like it. And like I said before, it's better price for a better product. And did I mention how fucking comfortable this chair is? It's amazing. It really is. And because I got it from a quality source. So, if you want my honest opinion, and this is my conclusion, don't buy DX Racer. Buy a Lazy Boy. You don't need a fucking, and not to mention, Lazy Boy is a proven product, where DX Racer, yeah, they're proven, but no, it's just a gimmick. It's just a gimmick. It really is. It's just a gimmick, if you want my honest opinion. Well, I can't believe I just did this in one take. But my last comments are, I don't really know, this chair's way better. Oh, and also, not to mention, the armrests on the DX Racer were loose from the factory. They never fit right. These are taut, and they don't have any issues. And the one thing I love about this, and I'm gonna get on my phone here again. So I'm actually gonna come back on my phone for just a second and show you guys something. Okay, I've switched over to phone camera audio. There's the camera that I took all the shots for the chairs with. But I want to show you something. This armrest goes all the way back. and connects with the back of the chair. I like this and it's comfortable. You can't adjust it really, but here's the biggest flaw with this chair, other than it doing this. This comes loose all the time. This is where you attach that little lumbar thing that you see with all DX racers. This falls down and comes loose all the time, but this is the biggest flaw with the chair. And as you can see, this is extremely loose. There's a gap between this and the back of the chair, which means that, and I'm going to come back over to Rode Audio now, which means these cords, which are for my headset and my controller, way too many more times than I'd like to admit. I have pulled off my controller because, I'm probably going to have to switch back to phone audio, because the wires have gotten snagged on behind those, in the gap between the thing and the fucking thing. You can see my finger. And it's pulled the controller off the table and made it bust into a million pieces, aka the battery's falling out. So the the Lazy Boy's just a much better designed chair. Excuse me, much better designed chair. And you should buy these instead of DX Racer. I will put a link to this exact chair down in the description below. And if you want a new chair, I'm not sponsored to say this. This is not a sponsored video. But if you want a new chair and you have the money, go buy a Lazy Boy, and they do have some cheaper alternatives. So anyway, guys, that's it for this little, it's not really a rant because it's outlined. But thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it. I don't really care. Bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.